Hello, collective. I am Juanica, also known as Miss Astrology, and welcome to March of 2024. Moving right along, getting ready to wrap up this winter cycle, this astrological year, going into the third month of the calendar year. And I'm actually excited about it. I do think that March is going to bring with it an energy of like, okay, this is like your last effort to really get your goals going. But that doesn't mean like forever. It just means like the planets are really in favor and still flowing that way through March. So let's talk about that. But before we do, I want to remind you guys that Astrology and Relationships is a course. It is available. It's going to be somewhere in this newsletter, or cosmicallylit.com is my website. It's a 2-hour recording that goes through all of the compatibility, what to look for, what to avoid if you can, and how to work best with the relationships, all types of relationships that you have: romantic, business, legal, family, friends, just really how to have compassion in your relationships and get along better. I think we could all use a better understanding of our partnerships, right? So Astrology and Relationships, you get the download, you get the PDF slides, we have a worksheet. It's a lot of really, really good information. So check it out, cosmicallylit.com. Now let's talk about March. I am, again, excited about the month. The first day, March 1st, which is the day that you're going to be seeing this video, if you got it through the newsletter or even online, the sun in Pisces will be making a sextile, or a positive, really easy, really gentle aspect from Jupiter, which is in Taurus. And so Jupiter and the sun really like each other, and the sun is very much our creative expression, our inner child, play and fun, and really feeling creative and expressing ourselves, and really just feeling proud of ourselves. And Jupiter just comes to expand that. Now, the thing that I like about this is that even though it's not exactly involved, Saturn is here as well. Saturn is in Pisces. And I know so many people that are just scared of Saturn, and in a lot of ways scared of the death card in the tarot, right? But Saturn is very much a planet that is just wants to make sure that we are being mature in our decision making. We are putting in the effort. We are establishing boundaries, learning discipline, being leaders, respecting time, respecting authority, like all these things that really speak to longevity and really speak to a quality leader and someone in a position of authority, right? So of course this is going to be different in everybody's chart wherever Saturn is currently transiting. But with Jupiter making an aspect to the sun, we're bound to feel really proud and excited and having a good time. And Saturn involved, if we've been putting in the work, if we've been making the efforts that I have been screaming since the beginning of the year, then Saturn is going to loosen the reins a little bit to be like, yeah, you deserve this. You worked for this. You earned this. You've been disciplined and dedicated. And now I'm going to let you receive some blessings. Saturn does bless. Saturn does reward. It just doesn't reward until you put in the work, until you show the effort, until you step into that place of authority. To where, and it's because the things that we work for, we tend to respect a little bit better, right? A little bit more. Where Jupiter gives you something, and because it's free and because it's just abundance and out of nowhere and you didn't deserve it, we oftentimes take it for granted. And so this may be an opportunity for us that comes up that's like, oh, I see how this creative idea that I've really been working on, now I'm seeing some rewards, or this spiritual, intuitive thing, downloads even that I've been receiving, or something that I've not only been dreaming about, but also been working towards. And as I've gotten a Pisces season, I put a little bit more faith behind it, cleaning up, preparing for it to come to fruition or to come to a harvest. If we're in that mode, Saturn is going to allow us to reap a reward, to have a harvest. This has the potential to be a great start to the month. And I love that this happens on the 1st, because it's like a little mwah right into the weekend. And so I think we're all going to feel really good going into the month of March. I just hope that we are also feeling the need to step it up and to be more disciplined and to continue to do the work. This blessing is just to show us, or this reward is just to show us, like, look what you can have. Look what you can do. Look what you can become. Look what you can manifest. Like, here's a glimpse of it. Here's some of it. Are you going to continue to do the work? Because once the sun moves on out of Pisces, Saturn will still be there. So Saturn's going to still work. Saturn's going to still enforce. Saturn's going to still have, some hard lessons, bringing in the tests, if you will. So this is going to be the first glimpse of our reward. Take it for what it is. Enjoy it, see it, and be grateful, be excited, be optimistic, be all those Jupiter Sun things, but also be ready to continue to put in the work and put in the effort. And Mars is in Aquarius, and so we're still getting the information, we're still sharing the information, tying into technology, tying into the right friend groups and all of that kind of stuff. And that stuff will really come to fruition once spring actually gets here and we start getting the eclipses and things like that. But in the meantime, this is really good energy to be like, okay, let me get all my ducks in a row. I'm ready. This is what I'm going. Okay, I've narrowed it down. I'm ready to put in the work. I've got the energy. I've gotten everything prepared. I've sorted out some lessons. I've started a ritual or routine. I'm being really disciplined and focused in an area of my life. Maybe now even you're ready to take on more discipline, more focus, more goals, more responsibilities. This is a really good time to see that for yourself, even if it's not necessarily a time to take action, because I think we really want to wait fully until we get into the spring, and then once Mercury goes back direct, because it will make a retrograde. On March 9th, Mercury will make its way into the sign of Aries. So this can be really action-oriented and even healing thoughts, because Chiron is in Aries and so is the North Node. So this can be really like, I'm ready to take action, my thoughts, my words. This can also be selfish if you're not more aware. And I'm not one of those people that is like, it's bad to be selfish. You got to put your own oxygen mask on first, right? Like, you have to consider your own well-being first. So go for your own healing. Do the things that you have learned over this last cycle are best for you and offer you the most healing and offer you the way to be your truest self. And now with Mercury in Aries, we're going to be thinking about that more. We're going to be speaking about that more, maybe sharing it more, just making sure that we're offering it in a healing kind of way and in a purpose-driven kind of way. So whatever you're talking about as we go into March, just make sure that it offers a level of, it either speaks to your purpose or it speaks to your healing. And when I say talking about, not necessarily everyday talk, but if you feel yourself getting really worked up about something or really getting passionate about something, because it is Aries, it is a sign of I am. If you feel yourself really thinking very intently about something, or, really, like, again, speaking with a lot of passion, speaking with a lot of authority, maybe even just getting riled up like an Aries will, just kind of ground yourself. I like to suggest that Aries placements really take time to be calm first thing in the morning and to kind of get their thoughts together, specifically with Aries ruling the head. Another tidbit I like to give Aries placements is they should always eat their food in a quiet environment so they can stay really calm. And just try to incorporate those calming themes throughout the day. And so if you find yourself getting really riled up, getting really excited and passionate, make sure to just try to calm it down and really, it's like get in your head in what you're really trying to say, making sure that it's focused on purpose and focused on healing, or get out of your head because you got too much you're trying to say and you're overthinking it. Remember, Mercury rules two mutable signs, and it could be either or. So if you're in your head and you really want to vocalize, make sure whatever it is that you're talking about really speaks to wholeness and healing and purpose, because that's what Chiron and the North Node are doing in Aries. And we'll have Mercury in Aries, and Mercury's just zipping through. Chiron and the North Node are going to stay around for a little bit longer. So we don't want to say things that cause more wounds, that cause more hurt, or take us further away from what we're really trying to do for ourselves. Then the very next day on the 10th, we have a new moon in Pisces. I love the Pisces new moon. I think it's very gentle, very sweet. So again, making sure that we don't let our, like my dad used to say, our mouth write a check that our ass can't cash. Like just don't be so fiery with your words, and even the words to yourself, because Aries is a sign of I am, of self. And so a lot of our thinking, a lot of our words, a lot of what we're even listening to, making sure that it really speaks to our purpose, to our healing, and kind of motivates us in that way. On the 11th, Venus goes into Pisces. This is just such loving energy. For any of the Pisces or Venus and water signs, is a great opportunity for love. I would even say Venus and earth signs too. Really great opportunity for love. However, I will kind of give a warning that if you have too much Pisces energy, making sure that you're not like being delusional in love, if you will, lost in love. The sun will be there. Saturn's there. So there is going to be some, maybe learning some lessons in love. But Venus and the new moon in Pisces really kind of we got those 3 days in a row, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Mercury, then the new moon in Pisces, and then Venus enters Pisces, So this has the potential to just be really fresh, healing, motivating, forward focus, energy and love, money, really things that we've been dreaming about. This has the potential to be good. But again, you got to make sure that your own thoughts and actions with this Mercury and Aries energy is not self-deprecating or just, self-sabotaging. Speak to your healing, speak to your purpose, speak to your truth, speak to your future. On March 19th, the sun goes into Aries. Yes, it will officially be spring. I am so excited. My skin is so excited for the sun to come out so I can get my regular color. This is not my regular color. This is my spring color and all my fire energy. This is my winter color and all my fire energy. Does not like it. However, I will say, I have had one of the best winter seasons ever. I think so many of us have, because Mars in Capricorn is exalted. Mars does okay in Aquarius. So for the last couple of months, we've really been taking action. We've really been accomplishing, maturing in Capricorn, like leveling up. And so I really think this is going to be really great energy as we go into the spring. I'm very, very excited about it. And I think that so many of us have grown through winter that we have the potential to see a really nice harvest, whatever that looks like for you, in the form of healing, in the form of being motivated and taking action and really seeing, your fruit, your work come to fruition, your seeds come to harvest, this thing come to pass that you've been working towards. There's been it's winter, so nothing has really sprung forward yet, but spring is going to make it happen. Then on March the 22nd, this is when Mars goes into Pisces. And so this is when a lot of us will start to feel our energy shift. And so this is why it's so important to already have those habits established so that it's already set in our mind. We can go on autopilot until Mars goes into Aries, which is about 6 weeks. So it's so good to be able to go on autopilot. So I'm hoping that we've started those routines and created those habits that will sustain us through Mars in a water sign. Mars does not like to be in a water sign. It doesn't like all the emotions. And this can be, once we get later into the month, and I will bring this up again because I'll do the sun going into Aries around the 19th. But this can be really like suck all of our energy right out of us, quite honestly. But if those habits have kicked in, because remember, the opposite of Pisces is Virgo, and Saturn is in Pisces, so we may still find ourselves, if we've already implemented, it could be very easy to stick to the routine, stick to the rituals, continue to kind of go on autopilot. Again, Pisces is such a dreamer. They love autopilot. And the opposite of Pisces is Virgo. Virgo loves the routine and the rituals. So hopefully Virgo will kick in for all of us. And if you have a lot of Pisces placements, you may have to lean into some Virgo energy. making a to-do list, I have an app on my phone that like gives me an alert when it's time for me to do one of my couple of things that I have made a part of my daily routine. And listen, I'm a lot of mutable energy, and Mars in a mutable sign is like, I can do the routine, I don't know what order I'm going to do it in. I have my 5 or 6 things that I do every day. The order that I do them in does not matter to me as long as I got them done. Got a little bit flexible here, but hopefully a little bit more on overdrive. And then March the 25th welcomes us into eclipse season. We will have our first full moon lunar eclipse of 2024. The sun will be in Aries and the moon in Libra. Of course, we will talk about that later, but that will wrap up the month of March for us. We will end it with an eclipse, with the time to really kind of let go of some things and bring some balance into our lives. And so we'll talk about that once we get a little bit closer. But I hope you are really looking forward to wrapping up this winter cycle really strong, finishing out March really strong, finishing out Pisces season really strong in our faith, strong in our belief that things are going to come to pass for those of us that have put in the work. And so I want to bring you the tarot card that I thought was most appropriate. It's in the newsletter. If you do not have the newsletter, please sign up, cosmicallylit.com. But it's the 7 of Pentacles. And for me, the 7 of Pentacles really makes sense this month of March, in the month of March, because this really speaks to growing and expanding. You see here with these vines, you see all the growing that's coming here, and the vitality. You see the mountains in the background. Also, this speaks to the overcoming of difficulty. You see the red here. Red always represents material gain and a sense of financial security. The pentacles as well. They are commitment. They are steady. They are practical. They are money. And this really, for me, speaks to what we have to look forward to. She's examining her garden, right? And she's like, is this really happening? Is this really here for me? Is this really coming to pass for me? And it's like stepping back and like admiring the work that she's done and seeing the fruit here. And I think that's what a lot of us are going to see in the month of March. And so it's like making sure that you have been tending to your garden, that you have been pulling out the weeds, that you have gotten far away from your difficulties, that you have overcome and done the work to move away from those things. Another thing with these vines and the way that they're kind of reaching, this is also reaching out for help. We do have Pluto in Aquarius. We still currently have Mars in Aquarius. And for the most of March, Mars will be in Aquarius. And Aquarius is very much a sign that is about the collective, your tribe, your community. So don't be afraid to reach out. Reaching out to people that can give you information, that maybe can give you access, that can connect you with the right people. So really actively seek support and grow and expand. Kind of take a look and see all the work that you put in. Allow yourself to sit and admire your own work. It's still Pisces season. Pisces likes to dream about what this garden is going to look like once Aries season gets here. So allow yourself to dream about your garden, stand back and look at the work that you've done. So like for myself, the work that I've done has been very physical. I've done a lot of working out this winter. And so I'm going to stand back and look at myself in the mirror. Maybe you're looking at your bank account. Maybe you are looking at your body. Maybe you're looking at a difference that you made in the decorating or cleaning out of your home. Maybe you see a difference in your relationship, a difference at work that you've been actively putting effort into. Allow yourself to step back and see how amazing it is right now and how it's going to continue to grow. And also allow yourself to continue to pray for it, have faith and belief that it will continue to expand, offer you more seeds, offer you more abundance, offer you a harvest. And don't be afraid, again, to reach out and to connect with other people that can give you access, that can give you information, that can really be there for you as we get into and prepare for the spring. So I have been journaling all of Pisces season that I am just going to finish this cycle strong. I'm finishing Pisces season strong. I'm finishing winter strong. I'm finishing this astrological year strong. I'm staying disciplined. focus. So then that way, when Mars goes into Pisces, I will be on autopilot and I will be able to maybe even shift a little bit more to tending more to the fruit and doing work in a different way. So happy March. I hope this helps you to understand the energy of the month of March and how to best flow with it. And until next time, peace.